just getting money. Alright. Alright. Love y'all. Welcome to the podcast. This is not the regular podcast. This is my boys, and DJ. Joshua. Today I'm just out of the profession we know, and we're going to be talking about the mass we live in and tying it back to our past and move forward. How are we going to think about our emotions and actually in general? So we'll start off. Cheers.
Oh, hey. I'm Nurse Lady, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Alright, let's start off yours.
Yeah.
So, I ask you that. Oh, go ahead.
They ask you about how it's good is taking like bad traits of nowadays and into, what you say?
Okay, so Master Living is a documentary that is more based on the fact of how dudes can express themselves because, well, not express themselves, but why they don't express themselves in this new generation. Because we're supposed to be the strong, powerful people that everyone wants us to be, or how the people around us want us to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, it goes into the fact of sometimes it's okay to communicate to people about your emotions.
Which I think that personally, that can relate to so many different relationships.
Sure did.
Like, if you aren't open about your feelings, and if you have to jam it away because of what society tells you, then that's not healthy. And kind of, this is my example. I wasn't very open with my girlfriend, and I feel like because of what I've been taught, how I was raised, and I'm assuming we've all been raised the same way because that's just how it was around. I haven't been able to really open up and share my emotions, at least not at the start, but I had to learn and teach myself how to be able to talk to other people and have like a relationship in order to share how I'm feeling. Because if two people aren't sharing how they're feeling, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, like it's like a bridge. It's connects or something. It's just like a bridge. It's good. Like a bridge. Next, you got
How you feel. So this is where we're just talking about how it makes us feel.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, so the documentary, from what I can think of, is like saying that a man, it's like saying that a man is supposed to be a man. Like,
That's really powerful.
Subtitles, yes.
So it's like saying a man is supposed to be perfect. He's not supposed to have any problems. He's not supposed to voice out, because if he does, he is a woman actually. So like, that's why I don't know how you like. It's like saying a man.
It's like more like to touch with his fast.
Yeah.
It's like, you're on the playground, you're not the toughest, biggest, well, I was not the toughest, If you're not the toughest, biggest kid or doing a certain sport, you're not going to be included. You're going to be seen as, a sissy, a girl, a woman. And for some reason, that's just been built into our kids. I'm guessing our parents.
And I feel like it's also like at a young age where like even like our family, from our family, are taught it. It's just like already kind of there in our culture anyway.
Yeah.
It's like no matter how much we try to like get it, basically at some point everyone's gonna go.
Yeah, society's doing a lot better.
Actually, yeah, because like the 1950s, based on the duty job,
At least promotion-wise, I mean, there's still going to be movies about how the man has no emotion and he's big and bad. I mean, like you see it all the time. You see it with like Rocky Balboa movies or like it's really action movies. There's going to be a male lead, but sometimes I sometimes see women leads, which is great. Doing that. Male leads, they show no emotion, they have no weakness, and it's just all boom, bam, has to be the biggest, toughest guy. And they don't include or show the empowering side of, you have to be emotional at times.
And if they do, they begin to like something.
Yeah. And I really don't feel like, I know it's gonna sound corny to most people, but strength doesn't only come from a physical side. You also have to be able to be emotionally strong and to share how you feel at all times. Because if you're not able to put into words what you're thinking or saying, how you're feeling, you cannot have strength in your relationships, your connections with other people. You cannot strengthen your social muscles. Your physical muscles are going to be strong, but your social muscles might not be. I mean, I have a problem with that because I don't really go out of my way and talk to people that I don't know. I have great relationships with people that I've already established connections with, but as I've said other times, I'm not able to go out and just talk to random people unless I know them. Do y'all have that same problem?
Well, me, you know how like I think about me. So it's just with me that it's and like when I was younger, it wasn't hard for me. It was I was so lucky. Like I was so used to just my word not being heard because it was all like oh this is or my own piece of it. And I was like okay with it. I'm not because all other people in the world besides me. And so I just used to like always like be quiet, sort of hold, not to like be in people's way. But then like I got more the fact that like there's some people I just want to go to myself and like have fun with people. And it's like I used to do that all the time, but now I'm starting to like kind of stop and just relax and stuff. I think that's
So you feel like you kind of have a problem of social that. Relating back to today, yeah, you have to almost, I feel like how my circumstance, I have to put on a mask just so they can go outside and be able to have those interactions with people. I'm a very soft, tender, caring guy when I get to know someone. But like I said, straight up interactions with people, I don't know, that mask is up. I can't talk to people like that. I mean, so I don't know how that came about. And I feel like something like that is inherited through generations. I mean, you see it with when you're on the playground, you have to be, again, the biggest, baddest, toughest guy.
You like ran a group if you are like
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you just are underneath it.
so if you tie it back to which is cool that we talk about like the times they like recent to like I think 8 or there was these kids talking about how in school like they're really young like yeah like if I'm not leading people like I get talked about like if I don't get a good grade they call me stupid one. It's just like they're there they have to like hide and like just be kind of like secure and just like tense until you can like go forward and like be okay with it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I feel like our words also is like it's like record because you mentioned like growing up as a kid like in the playground is literally what I see happen. You're right. And also so like our words he's gonna shape you in such a way that you will be able to lead yourself. You have to
That's interesting that you bring up our words, because in the start of the movie, or the documentary, there's this guy, he's a football player. Well, he's retired. His name is Joe Irvin. Y'all have watched it, and y'all know. But he had to put, his dad gave him a talk about him not being man enough. He literally brought him down to the basement and stood there berating him, saying, "You're not man enough, you man up." And that formed a darkness around Joe and just almost a bad interpretation of what a man should be. So in the documentary, he ends up going and playing football just to prove himself as a man to not to his dad, but to society, because that's what he thought was a man. He went out of his way and put himself in something that he didn't want to do, but just to make his dad proud, or just to make him interpreted as a man. I feel like that's not something you need to do. So, I mean, he could have, if he wanted to play golf or do chess, I mean, go do that, but I don't think you should be forced into doing something and putting on a mask that you shouldn't have to have just to feel like you're fitting in. I mean, I don't know. That's not something that flies with me, and I don't know how to fix that really. Do y'all have any ideas about fixing that?
Yeah, not in the way of fixing it, but in the way that you should like, as we know, yeah, I know we have a team, but like, talk about like our new generation, we have kids, three grandkids, something like that. Like, you can tell them they're young, like, it's okay to just like open up to them. And it's okay to like be yourself and not worry about what other than in the society. That's all that matters. Like, life's on Instagram, you just, with everyone, like, you have to look the best.
Yeah, and that was horrible. I hate it, man. So I got off of it because of that. You go sit there and scroll and compare yourself. That, I mean, I know this doesn't, we're not doing an essay too, but
Yeah, it's all like that.
that really, I think she said was cutting them up to see you guys time.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, because like, it like kind of opened my eyes to the fact that there's so much negative in this world.
Yeah.
And we just blow it past it because it's not in our life like that. And when it's like something,
I mean, like, we don't just blow past it, we contribute to it, and it's horrible. I mean, we sit there and we feed attention to these people, who, you know, cause eating disorders and mass, you know, body dysmorphia and everything. But I know I'm getting off track with the whole essay too, but there's just something I wanted to add. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the Joe Rogan he's that. I feel like kind of fits into that too, because like coming from Nigeria, I'm not sure, I'm not from like so like my society is a society that and you can actually grow without your parents. No, like you can't grow without your parents because yeah.
Multiple, you know, on podcasts. I'm just trying to
Because like you gotta make sure and I feel like the words stuff like that, they literally have that flex. Like up to Tuesday too. Because when I was like 6 years old. Yeah, I would like sit in the room at night, waiting for him to come back, and literally he would not come back. And it's like you're waiting for an opportunity to come to you, and the opportunity never did. And my mom is like she's like the good of my life. So yeah, so it's complicated, and I can't remember one time where my first home and it was good, but like not like good, but like it was nice. And he made this comment. He said, like you should better, bro. This man has never said because he's never said complimented. Yeah, something like that. And like it's something that always happens.
the residences of how she had.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
my concern, right? Yeah, and like my mom always tell me that she would always say, yeah, because like when I heard these like she would say this like numbers, like she would always say that listen to what it's saying. You have good potential. That's how she told me. You have good potential to be great at that. To be great at everything you do and everything you do in life too. And I feel like that's really true because if I would do something, I would do it no matter what. Like I would like that's my situation. But like if I don't want to do it, you would do that. I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna be bad for me. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, like my neighborhood. Sorry, like my neighborhood is like a village. I'm saying village because it's in the city, but like it's a community. Yeah, it's like that. So like it's each program. Yeah, and you do that from it spreads. So like my dad usually go around like hosting a lot of us. Surprisingly, outside he was loud, but like when he comes inside, he talks shit about us. Excuse me. Yeah, to the random. And like, I'm not the only one. Because like, my family was born 6 kids. Oh, wow. So like, did it the first one, the second one, I want to. And it's, because it's something I would always tell God to forgive him, because I forgive him, but like, I'm fucking him like that for it, and I think it's no. I think it is filled. It is filled by God actually, because He's literally my dad now. Because like that ass, I don't think I've grown in a space with a five figure. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but like yeah, like that's literally how I grew up. Because and like most of the times, I can literally read like I can literally read like a woman's whatever, because I grew up around like you understand?
I understand. I understand. It just caught me
I
off.
have two sisters, my mom, my aunts, like I literally brought them all the birds to like out of the house. It's like that's how I grew up, and they would keep telling me this about women, and come to realize that in a man's life, the father is more important. No, like it's more important, but like when the father is out there, it's really bad, and when the mother's out there, it's bad. It's like a what the house. It's like a puzzle. Yeah, yeah, it's like a puzzle. So like just imagine.
You got these
The
pieces.
pieces fit together, but
Yeah.
without either separate piece, it all falls apart. It's not complete.
Yeah,
Understand?
yeah, and like not probably grown up like me right now. I've come to realize that you shouldn't wait for like I was word. Shouldn't. Sometimes don't expect much from people. It's the literal thing that
As a and then you have yourself.
yeah, you have yourself. And like, and like, and like, to grow up into like being a man from this movie, it's like in the movie, they're like literally suppressing the emotions of men. And eventually able to like voice out and say their words. And like, don't listen to what the society says, don't listen to what people say, and like, don't let it have effect on you.
I feel that 100%. And I feel like you trying to sisters live around like growing up, that really helped benefit you and to show your emotions.
Yeah.
I can tell just by being in time with you, being in the same class with you. You're kind of a very suppressed guy, but you're able to show emotions and you're able to share it with people because you've been raised that way. Not exactly from a masculinity standpoint, from the people around you that weren't into that. They showed you the way to not take the bad side effects from being suppressed by masculinity in today's society.
And that's like you also like seeing someone tell you something, you take it, like how I put it, like you understand it, like you can't learn from it.
100%.
And you take it with a grain of salt, you also like appreciate and then say what's always in your mind. So like you don't hold anything back from what you
Guys can't do that.
You know, guys can't just be like that. That's straightforward. That's what makes good friends, good like family members. You can be straightforward and tell them how it is. So
And that's really, that's important. You don't see a lot of that. And that's one of the most valuable traits, I think. Did y'all see in the video, in the documentary, I should say, there was a school teacher. He taught middle school, and he brought together a group of guys. And he had a sheet of paper passed out to all of them. He told them, right on the front of the sheet of paper, that you come to school with every day, show it other people, and write on a pack, which you don't show them.
I love you would do that.
Yeah, I feel it's important. I feel that's important. And he went and had them all the paper, and they threw it to each other in class, and everyone unraveled it and had them read it out, and everyone just was able to experience each other's emotions with the anonymity, but as a group. And I felt like that was a really important moment because he sat there and explained all of the activity. He was like, having this mask it damages you and it only makes those emotions worse and it bottles them up until one day you just explode and something goes wrong. It either could be anger, sadness, grief, or just any other emotion that you don't show. Just builds up and builds up and builds up until you can't handle it anymore. And you don't know what you're going to do at that point. That came up with and two guys in jail. And this was, apart from their activities, one of the people in jail, one of the people in jail was to come in and talk to all these guys about this. And they all said, yeah, because my father, when I was, brought up, I pushed all my emotions down until, I couldn't handle it anymore because I didn't know the right way. Because no one ever taught me the good and bad of masculinity. I was always taught the bad way. And they just went around and talked about how important being able to identify that and being able to use it as good and not bad. Have you ever bottled up your emotions and just held it down tight?
Anyway, I kind of still do that. Yeah. Because being in college, it shows you the real world. Sometimes no one really cares about your clothes. No really cares. It showed you because in high school, people's emotions, especially popular or something, it would be yeah. It would show their emotion. You would get bumped out of school, and it would be oh, why are they feeling like this and all that. You would be here, and then people start talking to people, and then you yeah, just get one minute in a second. Right now, someone tells you, and you're okay.
Yeah. And if you're part of those people, you never know what's to go. You never know, and that's just scary because someone could have someone die in their life really close to them. They could be going through horrible things, and you wouldn't even know it because of how bad it's gotten. They hide all the emotions away, and they just sit with mask on. They come in just like how they are every day, with really hurting inside, and that's just not healthy. It's just wrong.
I'm here to talk more concerned about 3 people. What do you think that's going to be?
That's okay.
This Professor Book, you're going to hear the audio, but we're just going to be out.
Yo, we're doing a podcast real quick, and I just want to ask you a question. What is your take on masculinity, as a thing?
What you mean?
What is masculinity?
What is
when
what side?
you hear masculinity, what do you think?
I think of a dude, just a male.
No, I mean, what are the characteristics you think?
Leadership, responsibility, strength. I would say. That's it for real.
Okay. Sorry. I have a question. So to you, who is the man?
You said what?
Who is the man?
Who is the man?
A representation of someone you look up to.
If you were to think of someone masculine, anyone, could be a movie star, pop star, whoever. If you were to think of one person who you represent in your mind as masculine, who would you?
That's a deep question.
Yeah. Who comes to mind?
That's a deep question.
Yeah, let's get a posted. What's up?
We're
literally using it for a school project.
Oh, okay. I say my pops, for real.
Okay. What makes him masculine to you?
Damn.
What percentage?
Well, we have to get into the nitty gritty, and we want to talk about it.
Yeah, low-key.
I feel like that's what all males. That's what y'all too. You feel me? Wouldn't y'all say y'all pops was masculine to a degree?
I would say.
Because the upbringing of where you are and who you are
It ties
today.
back to what you said before.
Okay, so his leadership role in your life and his ability to take care of you and be strong for you, you'd say that's a role of masculinity.
To be strong for somebody, I could say it's a part of it.
Would you say him showing no emotion and being able to be strong in that way would be a leading role of masculinity?
I don't know, man. That question's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's a really hard question.
Okay, let me ask you. Has your dad ever been able to cry in front of you and you still think, wow, he's still my leader and he's masculine? Have you ever seen your dad cry?
I would say maybe once.
Maybe once.
Twice.
Did it make you change or you open?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
My bad. Thank you, bro.
We're back. So we didn't do multiple people because it's 6 o'clock in the library, but we did one person. And why you
Just
on
one.
my phone like that? Go on. So yeah, you. Actually, I haven't been talking much. So
No, I haven't.
Okay, you said
No, you're talking about your whole family.
He was.
Family. Family.
You got some good talk.
yeah, you did get some good
Personal
talking.
experience. That's what we said stuff.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead.
I'm gonna add that into the.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah. So how and why did y'all choose this topic? Like, why do y'all want to pick the masculine?
Well, hold on. Do we want to talk about the? Well, let's talk about what we asked him.
Yeah, the last
Before we get to that.
The
one.
camera's rolling.
I know.
She
She can hear all this.
Okay.
It adds.
We're gonna try to cut this out, but you're gonna go like it's gonna be a. Yeah, we're not gonna cut this out.
Fix it in post.
Fix it. We start. 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back, y'all. We're back.
Yeah,
I'm leaving that in.
Yeah.
So we talked to this guy, right? We went out there and we asked him, what does a man, or what is a man to you? We're gonna get fucking copyrighted.
Okay.
No, we asked him, what does a man mean to you?
Yeah. What is masculinity?
Yeah, what does masculinity mean to you?
Look.
Yeah, he said strength, actually.
He said
Responsibility, leadership.
leadership, responsibility,
and strength.
and strength. Right?
And I said-
He said those three. You know what he didn't say?
What?
Being able to show emotion.
No. He didn't, not communication. He said
No, he didn't say communication. He didn't say any of that. That just kind of goes to show those roles are the only roles instilled in masculinity today.
Damn.
He didn't mention, loving,
That's what I
tenderness,
thought. So that's what I
care.
thought. Yeah.
I asked him, who do you think, if you were to pick one role to assign masculinity to in your life, I said, you can say a pop star, movie star, whoever.
He said
I
his
said,
dad.
anyone. He said his dad.
And we asked, like, why would you choose that? Because he said because he basically has those roles, and it's like his pops was kind of always there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, he did say that, and he's just he told us like, isn't it the same for us? It's kind of the same, but it's not like the main role of masculinity. Some people would think of like a hero,
Yeah.
or someone that's like really strong and just like can be upfront with people in like leadership roles, communication roles. And like, but that does kind of embody all that because he distills this is what you need in order to go out in this world and to succeed.
Yeah. And I asked him, have you ever seen your dad cry?
Yeah.
Which, the reason why I asked that
It's because it like, go ahead.
Yeah. Sure. Have y'all ever seen it?
No, my dad's told me he's done it before, but I've never seen my dad cry.
No, I've never seen my dad cry.
I've never seen my dad.
And I feel like having your dad cry is something so powerful, and I don't know whether to feel like I should experience that or not.
Yeah, because in my point of view, I don't want to see my kids. I don't want my kids to see me crying.
Yeah,
because I want to have those roles as a dad.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy, but it's just like it's something that feels so right to us.
Yeah, of course, and you want to be strong and you want to be able to take care of your kids and show them you're big, strong, and nothing gets to you. You feel like you want to be able to show them that, but in order to change this stuff, we need to be able to show emotions and share things with our kids and our wives.
Yeah, wives. Yeah, but I want to say that we've been talking about that y'all never say shit about your mom. Say something about my mom.
My mom's.
Yeah, it's complicated with my mom.
Yeah.
It's complicated. But when it comes to like the parent roles, in a way,
Refer to my situation. Which one is it for you?
my situation is more on the fact of my stepdad. I was more close to. If we're talking about parents,
Wait, you said stepdad?
yeah, I have a stepdad. So I use my dad basically, but yeah. So you were closer with your mom. I was close.
Sorry.
You were closer with your mother.
Yes, mother,
Father.
and
And you.
at first, I was closer with my mother, which gave me the roles of being, caring, sensitive, whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as I
Definitely sensitive.
grew up and got older, and really as I went to like middle school, high school, I had to put on a mask and almost act like, I was raised by my father.
Yeah.
And put on this tough guy, macho, whatever, man.
It's like when dudes, when like you were in high school, people be talking about like, yeah, I've done this before. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like I feel like, especially when the dudes are in relationships, they're like, bro, like I said this to my girl. I'm like, dude, how is she still with you?
Yeah, it's honestly, this kind of relates to how most guys nowadays don't treat women right.
Yeah.
Because of, what we've been taught, especially, going back to the playground scenario. Kids at a young age, guys, were taught women are less than men. So that kind of instills a sense of, I'm not on the same level as you. Once they get into like high school, college relationships, they don't view their partner as equal to them. And that's just not how you go about in a relationship.
But we grow up and then we realize that in this day and age, like a relationship is 50-50.
Yeah.
Because like when we were younger, we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go take you out. Yeah. And we're gonna go do things for you. We're gonna go buy you all this stuff. Yeah. And then like when you grow old, like my grandparents will tell me, like it's all about how both of them treat them like each other in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, you don't even. Yeah, I fully agree to that. But at the same time, are you familiar with the term womanizer?
Yeah.
A man,
sexist up there.
Yeah, a player, a man who goes out and sleeps with a bunch of women and doesn't have any relationships with them or nothing. They don't give, they just take. And the fact that we almost, kids and guys, idolize that nowadays is not something, it's not cool. It's not good, and it forms almost like you were saying, a big old contest, and guys are competing with each other because of all that masculinity.
Be the most manly.
Yeah.
And you could do like who can get with the most women, because it's like that's like something that we go for, like wealth, fame, women. It's like the main three things. When people say you want to be famous, you want wealth, you want fame, you want women.
The status of being a man is recorded on how many women you sleep with, how much money you have, and how physically strong you are.
And how many people know you.
Yeah, and how many people know you.
Yeah.
That's, guys, we need to change that. That's not cool.
It is not cool.
What I see in a man is, yes, you can be strong. Yes, you can be tough, but you also need to be caring, sensitive, and be in touch with your emotions and be able to share with other people.
I feel like the sensitive part is being taken advantage of.
Yeah, because people use that against you,
Yeah, they do.
You're like, why are you so sensitive? I'm not, just be me.
And you hear that. Guys nowadays hear that all the time. Even in girlfriend-boyfriend situations.
You sound like a sissy or something.
The guy will mention his feelings and say, this is how I feel, and then he'll be slapped back in the face with, you're a man, man up.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Why are you so sensitive? You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that because of you feeling that way. Or get over it. That's, how do y'all feel about that?
That was crazy.
It is crazy, but I don't know. I've heard that countless times. And I know sure my kids aren't hearing that. When I eventually have kids, putting this into play is going to be very important in my whole house.
This is quite emotional.
I'm yawning.
Go on.
Putting this into play is going to be a number one thing for me. I need to have a connection with my kids and be masculine, but in the right ways.
Yeah, to be like, it's hard. This really does, this whole semester being in this class, it's like shown me and like just made me like open up, not open up, but like maybe look at it in a different perspective, and like kind of like want to change how I see people and how I want to go about like moving forward. And it's like, I'm really glad, Professor, when you're listening to this, I'm really glad that you actually like made this like this topic. And I feel like you should do that for every class you do, because it kind of like helps us open up.
Yeah, it's important for us to learn.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
and it's like we never learned it because we were always like thought it was never gonna be okay to open up in a way.
We're battling for our mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like speaking of learning, coming from Nigeria, it's a different perspective. It's a different perspective, and like coming here and seeing y'all, like for me, I would say, apart from the technology y'all got, I feel like I would want to be in Nigeria, and I wouldn't want to be in Nigeria at the same time, because
Certain things you miss out on, you wouldn't get.
yeah, you get what I'm saying?
It has
So like,
ups and downs.
yeah. It has its ups and downs. And like in Nigeria, they first of all, they don't really take education as serious. They don't take education serious. Literally. So coming here and see how y'all put in much effort into education,
School systems, yeah.
it's really widened my sense of thought.
Well, I wish we put that money towards learning some of this stuff, because, you know.
But it's like a.
Go ahead.
It's like people have just like the dividers that people put in the world. This is different classes, and it's like, yeah, I don't know how I want to word it. It's like just something that everyone in the world has to go through. It's like, dang, you have to go through it in order to realize you're in it.
Yeah.
And realize how to get out of it and how to fix it. But I feel like some people haven't learned how to live without it, so they can't teach other people how to do it.
Yeah, and being in this class is like how would I put it now? I'm not a reader. Like I don't like reading, but like being in this class is like it's something I would want to do now. I would want to do it because I find it interesting, which is kind of weird because I don't find reading interesting, and writing.
People don't.
Yeah, and like writing and like typing papers, I don't really find interesting.
I say the same thing.
Yeah, it's like this class is like brought a lot out of me.
It's made me
For me to build something.
So give me a new perspective, but I just want to talk about it. Like, we don't talk about it. And I feel like this podcast, like, it's not really a podcast. It's just
It's not your regular podcast.
Three dudes just
It's like
talking.
literally 3 dudes talking about their emotions.
Not your regular podcast.
Not your regular podcast. Yeah, that's the name.
Okay.
And it's like we get to just sit here and like talk. Because I know we be talking a little too much in class. It's not about the topics we be needed to talk about.
Yeah.
But we want to sit here and say thank you.
Thank you so much.
Because without this like semester.
Without Mitzi actually.
Yeah, fact. Without meeting these dudes here, I would not be here talking about how I feel and what I want to like do and how I want to like move forward.
With
How I
this
wanna move forward.
information.
Yeah.
And this is why we chose this topic, because we're gonna have to at some point in our life like be here talking about it anyway. And it's nice.
This is important to learn,
Yeah,
especially
it is,
for,
actually.
when we have to teach that younger generation how to do things.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to say we really appreciate you and doing this, and especially listening to this whole thing.
If you do, I hope you do. I really hope you do.
If you even made it this far, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the like button.
the bell, hit the bell for notifications, the like button, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
So this is your Not Your Normal Podcast,
Yep.
and this is your boy signing off.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's CBJ back.
Oh, it is. Look.